Look at that dick.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Should we leave that in? Should we edit this shit out? I don't know. I want to just not get too caught up in all of that, like, little stuff that you can get carried away with, you know, when you're first kind of getting started with something, even though I've already had some YouTube channels, I guess, before, and I've already worked on this one a little bit in the past, and I started and I stopped and stuff. But you know, when you've been away for a little bit, and you know you're kind of still trying to find that solid footing, you can get lost in all these little details of like, oh, should I clip this little part out? Should I like make this thumbnail a little differently? Should I just completely delete the video and start over again? Blah blah blah. I don't think that that's really as important as the main action that you can take, which is to just record the content, to show up, to be consistent, and to keep putting that stuff out there for people. I feel like that is the most important part of the whole process that people sort of overlook. And I think that's like a common thing that we do is, I don't know, the way I visualize it in my brain is it's like there's like this giant 80% block, which is like the most important. And if you can get this block, if you can dive in and do that work, that is like the most important thing you can do, which in the case of YouTube, it's like being present, putting yourself out there, making the content, speaking to people, and like just putting it out there. But that's also like the hardest thing. The hardest thing is what I'm doing right now. It's getting in front of the camera, it's talking, it's putting yourself out there. It's like overcoming that weird sort of anxiety or that feeling you get of, you know, talking to the camera, of like projecting your voice, of like sort of trying to make that first step into the content creation, because you know, you get all this weird mental and like emotional blockages where you're like, what if I start and somebody's like sees it and they like make fun of me, or honestly it's like, what if I don't stick with it? Because that to me, it's almost like an emotional or a mental bruise that you get when you're like, I'm gonna start something and then you don't stick with it. It almost is like it's like a blow to the ego that can be really hard to take sometimes. It's like a blow to the ego where you're like, I thought maybe I was like this person that could do this thing, and then I've like disappointed myself. And depending on the type of person you are, that, you know, blows to the ego like that can kind of send you down like a little bit of a downward spiral. I think like making content and starting a business, whatever it is, from my perspective, not that I've actually gotten anything like too huge going, but like from my perspective, it's kind of like learning to ride a bicycle in a way, where the end result is worth it, right? Like learning to ride a bike is worth it. Learning to swim is worth it, because you see that end result, you're like, this is something that can like greatly improve my life. But in the meantime, you know, you see like the scariness of it. You know, if you fall off a bike, you can kind of get hurt, scrape your knee, things like that. And it's like being willing to overcome that fear. It's a big part of it. So when you look at like, what do I really need to do? You look at that 80% block, it's like show up, put the videos out, overcome the fear of whatever it is, you know, your own doubts or like your fear of judgment, whatever it is. That is like the biggest part of the equation. And the other stuff, the like, oh, what's the video, how exactly should it be clipped, what exactly should my like profile picture on my YouTube channel look like, what exactly is like, oh, I should write a little description. I'm not even gonna write the descriptions for this stuff. Like, what does it matter if I have something in the future that I want you to look at, or some sort of maybe like a product or something, I don't know, like I want to put that in the description because that's like the important stuff. But what am I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna type up, this is the most important part of starting out a YouTube channel, guys. It's like the description doesn't matter. Nobody's really reading the description. It's like we find all these ways to cleverly procrastinate. Um, and yeah, that's just, it's not the important stuff. The important stuff is getting in front of the video, being okay with kind of like sucking a little bit, and then you learn little things of like, what could I have improved from that? You know, you go back, you listen to the old video. I listened to the video I made like a day ago, and it's like, yeah, I could probably speak a little bit better. I could probably speak a little clearer. I could probably project my voice a little bit better. I could probably like sort of have more emotion in my voice. I don't know if you can kind of tell right now. I kind of have a little bit of this monotone thing going on, and I'm like, I'm aware of that. I'm aware that that's how I speak. The more comfortable I am with people, the more comfortable I am with like a friend or whatever, that starts to kind of go away. I probably still have like a little bit of it because that's just like naturally I don't really like let so much spike my emotion that way, like during conversation or whatever. But you know, I think when I'm in public or when I'm like talking to people I don't know, maybe like in the case of this content, maybe it's almost a little bit more because it's like I'm trying to kind of just keep an even baseline. It's like, so there, you know, there's things to improve in that regard. We have a fly in the bomb shelter, and unfortunately, a fly has made its way in. I'm so sick of honestly kind of being in here sometimes, but the fly is here. But you know, that kind of monotoneness, just the fact that I'm like, it's like just showing up, putting it out there, and kind of like, oh, like kind of like getting comfortable. I think that is like the most important first steps for people to start making. I think it's a really big mistake when people start to get wrapped up in like, what should the description of my channel be? What should my profile picture be? What equipment should I buy? That's a huge, huge like red flag. If you're thinking about starting content creation and you find yourself like spending a lot of money on different hardware and different equipment like microphones and like expensive cameras and stuff like that, before you do that, you should really, really realize that that's like a red flag. If you don't already have a nice, sizable viewer base of people that are like watching your stuff and interested in you, if you don't already kind of have your groove sort of carved out, if you're just getting started, I think that like looking for this expensive video equipment and stuff, you should really watch yourself when you do that. That's a really big red flag, because what is going to end up happening is it's just like you're going to spend all this money on equipment and hardware, and at the end of the day, you really don't have like your niche carved out. You don't have your content carved out of like who you are, what you're doing, what you're presenting to people. So I would start off as like as cheap as possible, because you kind of want to see like, is this really something I want to do? Is this something I'm decent at? Is this something like what do I have to offer people? And you shouldn't need expensive equipment for that. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody's mostly got like an iPhone. Some strange people have Androids. And you know, you've got the video capture device. It's got a microphone built into it. And you should be able to see just from that. I mean, I do have like a nice microphone. I have like a Shure SM7B back there, but it's like getting it all hooked up, all this stuff. It's a clever form of procrastination when it's not what's important. It's a lot like making a Tinder dating profile, right? The most important thing about a Tinder dating profile is your pictures. It's how sexy you are, it's how good shape you are, it's how like kind of nice your pictures look, the quality of the photo, what you're doing, are you jacked, are you looking like handsome, are you out with some friends. The pictures are like 90% of the game, and people don't want to almost admit that to themselves because they want to believe it's this other stuff. They want to believe it's, oh, it's my personality, it's this and that. It's nothing except your pictures. And women are almost more turned off by the effort you're putting into all this peripheral stuff, all this, what do you call it, ancillary things that, oh, my description, my bio. Oh yeah, I'm like a really chill guy. If your bio on the dating apps is like anything more than like a line or two, that's a bad sign. That's just like you shouldn't need that. You don't need that for these dating apps. You're gonna have people, they're gonna look at your pictures, they're gonna be like, okay, this guy's good looking. I wanna meet him, I wanna date him, I wanna, see him. I wanna hop on his fucking giant fucking tool, The descriptions aren't gonna matter. The descriptions, it's just you finding a way to cleverly procrastinate. It's you sort of finding like a way to lie to yourself. You need to identify like what is the most important big block that I can do for my thing. If you're like a YouTube let's play or you're playing video games or something, it's like it's recording the stuff, it's getting a good audio in that case, and it's like making the videos nice and presentable. That's the biggest thing. This whole like, okay, now I gotta go make an X account, now I gotta go like do this other stuff. You want to focus on that stuff after you have carved your niche. And so that's why I'm kind of just coming out with this video, is to sort of talk about that concept. It's just to get another video out there. It's just to kind of keep things rolling, because that's the most important thing that you can do. And without that aspect of it, you're not going to make it. If you're worried about this and that, and there will be little things, there will be little necessary things along the way that you figure out. Like I figured out yesterday, I recorded the video on my phone and I tried to upload it like directly from my phone. I tried to upload it and it was like super slow. So I was like, okay, it's actually going to be a big step if I do go to Walmart and I buy like a little like USB-C to the PC, and I hooked it up to the PC and now it's uploading straight through the PC via Ethernet, and you just feel a lot more like professional with it. You're like, okay, this is going to upload in like 55 minutes as opposed to like 2.5 hours. It's going to like lose connection. It's just going to be like, little stuff like that. It's almost like you're showing yourself, I'm not really like serious about it. If I'm going to like just be like uploading from my iPhone and it's going to lose connection, and I had it planned to do, have it up at this day at this time, but it's like, oh, I couldn't even upload it right. Okay, then you've kind of identified like a necessary step. Like I'm going to upload it to I'm going to copy it to the PC hard drive first, upload it from there. It's going to be a lot smoother. It's going to work. That's like a necessary step. So, and finding these necessary steps is so important. It's like the Tinder profile. It's like going to the gym, right? You go to the gym, it's not a hard thing to do. You set up the 5-day split. You got like chest day, back day, leg day, shoulder day, arm day, and then maybe like a cardio day. If you're enjoying it, you want to come an extra day, and you just come, you show up, you follow that workout, and you don't overthink it. There's so much extra stuff that people get into, like, oh, I gotta count exactly my calories, I gotta watch exactly what I'm eating. They like throw all this extra stuff on themselves, and then it all kind of like they crumble under the weight of it all, or it all kind of falls apart, and they're like, oh, I don't know what went wrong, I don't know why I can't stick with this. It's like, because it's like you don't want to stick with it. Like, probably the hardest thing for people that are like trying to get in shape is just showing up, just going through the stuff. It's almost like you found this clever way to avoid doing the hard stuff by like giving yourself all these other random tasks. So I would say figure out what is that 80% block, what is that big important task that you can do, and it's going to be the hardest one for you. Like sitting in front of this, talking and stuff, this is probably like the most like takes the most energy. It takes the most like, okay, calm my fucking heart rate, emotions, whatever, get in front of the camera, talk. This is the most important thing. All the other stuff will come with it. People will see like, okay, he's got a library of videos, cool, that's a really good thing. He's consistent, okay, good, that's a really good thing. He's getting a little bit better at like speaking, talking, conveying the messages without so much, pausing in his speech, or, his speaking is getting more natural, good thing. That's all like really important stuff. But like all the peripheral random stuff, don't get caught up with that. Don't get caught up going to the gym and wondering like, okay, should I grip the bench press like this wide, or should I grip it like this wide? Is this gonna be better? Honestly, it's like right here. Like this is perfect. Hit that shit. Don't overthink it. Figure out what works for you, what kind of feels good, and just like the grip and the width of the grip and all these little random things. It's not as important as just like I'm hitting 3 sets of bench press. I'm looking at like What did I do last week? Okay, I'm trying to do a little bit more than that. Okay, boom, done. Next thing, chest flies. Boom, we made it through. We got it. We got a good workout in. Now we're gonna like try to make sure we get some good food with some good protein. Hit a protein shake. Get some beef, some rice, that kind of stuff. It's not like, oh, we gotta go like, what is the most organic beef? What is the best protein shake? All this. What is the best grip on my bench press? What is the best journal that I can buy to record my workouts? What's gonna have the most like nice pages? Oh man, but I'm okay. If I'm gonna be like writing down my stuff on a journal, maybe I should go find a really nice like ink pen. What is the best ink pen to get? You know, you start if you're looking for that kind of stuff, it's a bad sign. You want to be covering your bases. You want to be going after that big important thing, which yeah, is going to get you the furthest. If you can't stick with that, if you can't accomplish that, then you may as well not even really be doing this stuff. So that's the message for today. I turned off the air conditioning. It gets hot. It's hot outside. It's hot, and the bomb shelter heats up real quick. So I think we're gonna leave it there. I just wanted to make some more stuff. I've gotten things set up around here where, like I said, I went and I got the little cable. I got it figured out how to transfer it to my computer, how to upload from there. So like things are getting a lot smoother. And yeah, I'm gonna keep coming out with more stuff. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Let me know what you guys think. My name's Avery, and I will talk to you guys again soon. All right, later, bye.